Cruising may be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for some, but for everyone, it's a really special experience.
So, don't let some rookie mistakes get in the way of you getting the most out of your cruise. Today, we're going to give you some tips on just how to do that.
Hi friends, and welcome to another cruising video. Today we are going to teach you, because we are the absolute experts, on how to get the most out of every single minute of your cruise.
Really, we've just made a lot of mistakes and like to think we've learned from them. So we're going to bring you some simple solutions that may help you.
If you didn't know, that was sarcasm. We're not experts. We're still going to make mistakes, but that's okay. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed. We got lots of cruising content. Make sure you go back into our old videos, watch those. And we got another cruise coming up in the fall, so not gonna wanna miss that. It's a good one.
It is. And if cruising's not your exclusive jam, still subscribe, hit the bell, because we do more stuff than just cruising, and we're probably going to bring you very similar videos about how to get the most out of those experiences as well.
We have a really fun trip coming up really soon. Can't wait to share it with you. Okay, let's jump right in with number one. This may seem so simple, but know yourself. Know what kind of vacationer you are. Are you an adventure seeker? Do you like to sleep in? Do you like to get up early with the sun? Do you like to eat all day long? Do you like to lay by the pool? Do you want some cocktails? You have to know what you want going on to a cruise, because they offer so much. And I think it's important to know what the people you are cruising with want too. Know that you don't have to spend every single second together. You can each get what you want out of a cruise.
The cruise lines make it very easy for each person to have exactly what they're looking for. It's just important that you know where your priorities are, because a 7-night cruise may sound like a lot, but trust me, it goes fast.
And you can't do it all. Know that too. You can't do it all. So know what you want and prioritize those things.
For sure. And number two, similar to knowing yourself, you have to know your plan. It's important when you come on a cruise that you have an idea of what you're going to do each day, and there's tools that help you with that. The app, the daily planner, if you get the paper version of the planner each day on whatever cruise line you're on, those things help. But know that things also happen. Bad weather, mechanical issues, illness, all sorts of things can occur on a cruise, just like they can in real life, so it's important to have a plan B. Be flexible. Plan contingencies for everything you want to do. Consider seeing shows early in a cruise so that you have the ability to see them later in the cruise if you like them or if they're canceled. Things like that. Spend a little time thinking ahead. It'll save you in the long run.
And it helps you not be disappointed when something does happen. We've had a whole entire cruise canceled, and then on 2 subsequent cruises we had 2 ports canceled. And we kind of just had to roll with the punches and not be too upset with it. So it does help take the sting out of things being changed and canceled if you're flexible.
Yeah, knowing what you're going to do next if it does get canceled just means that you get to have a whole new experience somewhere else.
Look at that positivity.
Number 3, tip. Simply put, it's a nice thing to do, and the people who are doing the services associated with running a cruise ship deserve it most of the time. Yes, gratuities are included in some packages, or they are added after the fact and you have to pay them before you get off the ship. But for exemplary service, or to acknowledge crew members who are putting in extra effort, tip. A lot of them don't make the same money in terms of American standards that you would expect. Minimum wage differs by country, by ship. So just keep that in mind. That money can go a long way and mean more to those people than it does to you. And it helps you get a little bit more personalized service as well if they know that you care about them.
They work so hard, and the longest hours I think of anyone I've ever seen. So I don't think we've really had an experience that someone didn't deserve an extra tip for how hard they've worked. And it's nice.
It's just nice.
It's just nice. Number 4. Make sure you do your research about your room location before you book your room on a cruise ship. Of course, this doesn't count if you're doing a guaranteed style room. You're not going to have the option to book, but if you want to pick an exact room, see what's above it, what's below it, and what's around it, because that's going to play a lot into the noise and how long it takes you to get someplace and all of those things. We accidentally had a room right above a bar lounge that did karaoke all night long.
Oh yeah, or under a dance floor.
And
next to an arcade.
And that can really make or break an experience, especially if you have a really early morning the next day.
For sure.
So just do a little bit of research and book your room based on what you want most out of your room.
Number 5. This one is all about navigating your way around the ports. When you disembark the ship, there may be different customs, different courtesies, different means of transportation than you're used to. So do a little bit of research ahead of time. Know where the bus stations are relative to the ship. Know what the taxi service is like, what the average cost of a taxi service is like in the area where you're at, as well as actual local costs of excursions. We have another video about how to save money on your next cruise, and this is one of the things that comes up time and time again. A lot of times, cruise lines will offer excursions very, very similar, if not identical to what is offered on the local economy in the port you're at, but they upcharge them because they want to make a little profit off of it. If you can book excursions directly from the local economy or the people who are running them at the port that you're at, you might save a little bit of money.
And number 6, consider dining at off times. This, of course, doesn't apply to your reserved dining in the main dining hall for dinner. Go when it's your time to go, because they won't let you in at the other times. But for breakfast and lunch, if you're going to the main buffets or to any other eateries, consider going not at that 8 a.m. and noon. Consider dining a little earlier or a little later on those times because they're going to be a lot less busy. But make sure you check the app and you're aware of the restaurant hours because some of them do close in between meals.
This is especially true if you're a Norwegian Cruise Line fan, as I know a lot of you are. If you have the freestyle dining plan, which allows you to choose when you eat in the main dining areas. Snack throughout the day, stave off your hunger a little longer and go to dinner late, or hit dinner before the crowds get there, and you will have a much less crowded, much more pleasant experience and much more personalized service from your servers.
We waited in some long lines to get into those restaurants.
Yeah. And number 7. On the topic of personalized service, it goes both ways. Get to know your stateroom attendant, get to know your wait staff at the main dining room, ask them questions about their life, their background, where they've worked, what their experience outside of work is like. Building those relationships with the people who are there to make sure you have the best experience is only going to lead to exactly that. And when you get to the point where you go on a lot of cruises, like we kind of are doing now and hope to do more of in the future, it's quite likely that you're going to see some of these people again. They change contracts, they change ships, and you might just see them again. And chances are, believe it or not, they'll remember you.
Yeah, they're such hardworking, lovely people. And I learned so much just about the ships we've been on and the cruise lines from our servers and from our stateroom attendants. They know so much and they're so interesting. And I think most of them really, really love what they do, which you can see too.
Yeah, building those personal relationships and those meaningful relationships with the people who are on the ship, who are working so hard, it's only rewarded us.
And there's some of the best memories I have from all of our cruises is the interactions and relationships we build with the people working on the ship. Bonus! Spend some time on your embarkation day getting the layout of the ship. A lot of times, all of the time. The vast majority of these ships are so big, and you can watch tons of videos. Thanks for that, by the way. But you're never gonna know all of the little hidden secrets and places that are neat or that appeal to you unless you check them out.
For sure. You don't want to spend time as your cruise goes on making the same mistakes over and over again, like going up too many flights of stairs because there's no deck 13, or turning the wrong way to get to your stateroom and walking all the way down a hallway to realize you need to be on the other side of the ship. Spend a little bit of time learning where things are and how the ship is laid out. You'll thank yourselves later. Or spend time researching ahead of time. We'll bring you a cruise ship tour of every cruise we go on. I'll promise you that.
Definitely, and lots of tips and tricks videos. So if you're cruising on any of the ships that we've cruised on in the past, make sure you check those out. They'll all be linked down below.
And hit the bell so you know when we post videos in the future of other cruises that we go on, that you can come back and see those and see if it's up your alley.
We have a Royal Caribbean cruise coming up later this year, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be great. So stay tuned. We hope to see you in the next video. We hope to see you on our next cruise or in your travels. Until then,
Stay magical. Don't make the ones we made already. And then we'll make another one of these videos the more cruises we go on, and then, yeah.
We're going to make this video every year. It's going to be the same video. We're just going to change the year at the end of the title, because YouTube likes that.
All right, I'll start.
Okay. Will you? This one is all about
the dogs.
the dogs. It's
You're
all
gonna leave them behind.
It's all about the
They're gonna be
dogs.
so sad. Bonus. Bonus tip. I love my bonus tips. I don't know if you knew that.
That's good internet.